Going to start with 30.2 Roman numeral 1A. And so we had given to us in the workbook this. And so this is what, remind me who did this one? Katie did this one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's done a chromatic passing tone. Okay, the way your rhythm's lining up, these go together right there, right? Let's see. Okay, so I'm having a little difficulty, Katie, just figuring out where the soprano and the alto come together. So if you could just, even just draw a vertical line so that, right to there, and then we've got that together there, and does the E?
I think this one goes over here, actually.
Okay, that straightens it out, that's all I needed. That's certainly an acceptable way to do that. You know, if you'd wanted to, well, no, I don't really need to add anything to what you've done. I mean, you could have been adding some things in the left hand if you'd wanted. Let's see, what if we did a D to D flat to see what happened. Something like could have gone D to D flat between C. You could have made that addition, and that would have, you know, been additional. Then you'd have to have eighth notes there. Put a beam there to make those eighth notes. Very good. Okay, all good. Excellent. Thank you. Everybody on Wednesday, did you see that? What we just did? We straightened out the vertical alignment of the soprano and alto, and we added a passing tone in the bass. Okay, we've got over here another version of A. So just reminding you that this is what we were given. And so here we go. What would happen if we put in the bass line passing tone? Let's see. Yeah, that'd be terrific on that one too. So D to D flat. That makes that fancy and quite dandy. Okay, so everyone, Ellie, have you been over there to take a photo of that yet? Okay, so everyone can see.
You didn't change it, so yeah, the other one's still good.
Yeah, the only thing we changed was added, again, that passing chromaticism in the bass line. But that's good. All right, so now we've got an example of B here. All right, remember this is what we were given, just so you can read your workbook. And here, this was the original. So if you're looking at that, and remember that these sequences are just simple. All you got to do is notice the intervallic pattern that's going. So, you know, in the right hand, that's what we're doing. So, and in the and then ending. So let's see what elaborations we've come up with here. All right, gotta get bifocals and shield working together here. Okay, that's not bad. Good. Because we were asked here to do a chromatic descending bass line. That's well done. And let's look at the other example that we have here. Okay, now, whose is this? Okay, come back up, because we've got G to G flat, but then it's unclear as to whether you want F natural or F sharp, because F sharp would be the same note.
Let's just here, take this one out.
Oh, take that one out. Good. It turns out to be same as next door. Okay, anyone have questions on that? Yes. Any questions?
No.
Okay, now let's take a look at the one that we were going to analyze together. That's the Mozart String Quartet example. So let's take a look at, this is page 363 in the workbook. Let me just Okay, so we've got a sequence, and where does it start? Remember, a sequence is simply a melodic pattern that then repeats itself at a lower pitch in the scale. So where do we have the pattern? Yes.
4?
Yes, in bar four. Well, I think the pattern actually starts in bar 3. B, 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 D, and then we have it again. B, 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 and then again, B, D, and it's a partial here, and then we just go into an approach. Da, dee, da, da, dee, da, da, da. Okay, so there is sequence. Do we have sequence going on in other voices? Yes, point it out to me.
Third beat of 3.
Third beat of 3, da, 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 dee, da, and then we get do, dee, da, dee, da. So we have it there. Where else do we have about the tenor? We do, and you're gonna make me read the viola clef. Let's see. So that is, see. Okay, good. All right, so if we're thinking Roman numerals in D minor, the first bar would be what Roman numeral given to us? 1. How about when we have this kind of thing going in the bass, where we have the first scale degree kind of as a pedal tone, I think we can kind of keep going there, that we've got so that doesn't really take us away from 1 very far. D, and then we've got a first inversion, dominant.
then we've got, what's the C major? Yeah, it's gonna be a major 7. And then we've got a 5 of a major 7. And what's this one? With B flat and G sharp.
German 6.
German 6, you got it. And then 5, an inversion of the dominant 7th to 1 6. What's this one? Huh?
What system are we on, sorry?
We are on the second system,
Thank you.
and we've got, this is measure 8. We have 5. Just thinking. Kind of the appoggiatural approach to it, and then we go down. And we get the dominant 7th, but in what inversion? 4-2. And then we go down again. Get a 1-6. And what do we have now? The downbeat of bar 9. A 2 diminished 6. So we've got, there we go. And our famous cadential thing, 5. Yes? And what would we, how do we label that with Roman numerals? So we've got G. And then we resolve into the 5. And of course then we have flat 6 at the end, right?
Yeah.
And don't shake your head at me. You know, I mean, I have to have my pleasures out of this.
Simpler things in life.
Flat 6 always gives me great pleasure. Okay, folks, so, let's just take a little review and, heads up Wednesday, people, so that we're all thinking about this together. I will send out email invitations to the Zoom sessions that are to follow Thanksgiving. And since we're not in this mode anymore of some face-to-face on some days, some not, we're all on equal footing, I want everyone to attend every session. And I will send you the invitations appropriately so that you're joining us on Wednesdays and Fridays. And that means that we've got 4 more class sessions together. That means we're gonna really be going over what's in chapter 31 in the workbook. We will be doing, I think it's just kind of good to make a nice cap to what we've done. I will distribute online to you just I don't want to call it a final exam, because it really, in my mind, is not. What I want to call it is just like a final assignment, just to have you be able to dive into it and just kind of check. And then that is what we will describe in the final session, which is now on, have you picked up where it is?
No, it's Wednesday, right?
It's on a Wednesday. At what time? Same time as the class meeting. 10:30 to noon, to not quite noon is what they've done. They've really kind of messed with this from the pattern that's been in the past. But, you know, that's why I, just thinking I knew what was going on without double checking, that's why I got the version that you were distributed wrong. But I did get that wrong, and so the final session will be on Wednesday of finals week. And I'll send you Zoom, of course, Zoom invitation for that too. So essentially we have 5 more times to be together. And for the final time, you just need to have this little thing that I'm preparing that we can go over that together. Is that clear to everyone? What I'm anticipating. Now, as Wednesday people know, I'm consulting with you, on workbook and anthology, assigning a grade today. And the only way you can mess up what we've assigned today is by not showing up. And believe me, not showing up in the Zoom sessions is not going to raise your grade. Logical, right? So nobody wants it to go down, so, I'm feeling good because, you know, you're coming up here, at least my experience thus far, especially I can speak to the Wednesday people, you're coming up, you're giving me an estimation of what you think your grade is, and I haven't disagreed with anyone. I believe you're honest and straightforward and have a concept of what you're doing, and it may be the best way I've ever assigned grades, is letting you do it. Because, you know, I think it's going well. I think it's, you know, we're doing well on this, so. So if you have already visited with me up here and we've arrived at your final grade and I've looked at it, you are free to go today. Now just watch carefully, watch your email carefully. I mean, you know when it will be. The first Zoom session will be Wednesday after Thanksgiving at 10:30. I'm going to take my computer home. I'm going to work from my piano at home so that we have an opportunity to hear the anthology examples, everything that we need to, the workbook. Workbook will be a little trickier, but here's how you participate in the workbook. Are you used to the Zoom format? You do a screen share for us. If you're going, you put your workbook and you make it so that if you want to turn it into a PDF or however your machine works best, take a scan of what you've done and then do a screen share. So, Ellie, we might just send them, if there are those who need a little coaching on that, we might send a little email that just says, how do you turn it into a PDF? But I think it's just it's a matter of just scanning the page.
Yeah, for the most part, you can just take a picture on your phone
Ah.
and just upload it that way.
So she's saying, take a picture on your phone
Send
and
it to
can
yourself
upload
via
it,
email.
upload it that way. But that's how we will participate in the workbook over Zoom. Yes,
For anyone like who has an iPhone, if you go into the notes, you like scan documents, and then they turn into PDFs, that'll probably be the cleanest way to do it.
Yep.
okay.
Both ways work.
Good. So, everybody, you know, we don't have the whiteboards here to write on, but we do have that. And if we're screen sharing, we can comment. And, I think, I mean, obviously, it's not as nice as face-to-face, but it is what we're left with to, bring things to a conclusion. So, you know, we have to use the cards that were dealt here. So we'll do our best. I've had pretty successful experiences doing class sessions over Zoom. It's gonna put all 25 of us back together, so, you know, it's not the smaller groups, but, you know, we'll survive it. And I promise I'm not gonna say we're all in this together. I'm so sick of hearing people say that. But, oh, I said it, didn't I? Darn it. Shoot, I don't want anybody to say that to me again. I'm really tired of that phrase. But anyway, okay, so if you have visited with me already and I've seen your work, if you're traveling, according to the news, you should think again. But if you're gonna do it anyway, just please travel safely and just keep your, you know, COVID protocols so that you can be as safe as possible. So I'll tell you, I'm sacrificing. We're not going to, Utah's in just horrendous shape. And so I'm not gonna see my gorgeous little granddaughter on Thanksgiving. I'm giving that up just to be safe and to keep them safe. I hope they have some progress made by Christmas, because I will really be brokenhearted if I don't see them at Christmas, but, you know, just, Fauci keeps saying, and others, Birx and other of the, doctors that are working with it, they keep saying that we could make a really significant difference just by doing the mask, the distancing, the hand washing, all of this. So, you know, I have to believe what they say is true, and it seems to me like we're poised to have a vaccination, you know, here practically tomorrow is the way they're making it sound. Now, you and myself, any of us in this room, I'm sure that we're not on the top of the list to receive those vaccinations, but, you know, when you do get the chance, I would encourage you. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about that, but hopefully if you're willing to submit to that, it's one way we can start to get this put behind us. So, I'm so sorry it's been this way, but what can I say? You know, we just have to, I think what we have to do at this point, and I think I'm gonna say this because I believe it's true, but I don't mean any more than just literally what I'm saying, is that I think that the whole issue has become a little bit political. And I think the best thing to do for each and every one of us individually is to back away from that aspect of it and just try to follow the scientists. That's how I look at it, so, anyway. If you don't, it's your right to not look at it that way, so. But I look at it as if we follow the scientists, it certainly can't hurt. So, if I've seen you already, take care, be safe, rest up, you know. It's been a stressful semester, so rest up, come back, ready to. What did I miss?
You just acknowledged that it was stressful, and that just, it hit. It has been.
Well, it's stressful for the, believe it or not, it's very stressful for the
It felt like it
faculty.
was August yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
This semester
It's
is
Friday.
really stressful.
It's Friday, okay. Everybody get a grip. Those of you who can leave, and let's get going through these anthology things as quickly as we can.
Ooh, it was a race and Kelly won. Oh my God. Kelly, did you
So I
win?
mostly have my anthology on my laptop, so I just printed out a couple of pages and give you kind of a sample, if that's okay. If you wanna see more, just let me know.
It was Monday yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
It was Monday yesterday. It was Monday.
Stupid if it weren't.
You know what? You know what started me off? Right? Rusty got this here yesterday.
Yeah, honestly.
You don't show up to the Zoom sessions.
If they're in
Oh
quarantine,
yeah,
I
I'm
would
in
cry.
every
I
single
would
Zoom
cry.
session, even if I'm not.
I'm not gonna get my
So, just so you know.
Russell
As long as you're there.
Exactly.
We
I mean,
can
I'll send it to my,
Yeah,
on
perfect.
Instagram,
Thank you.
go wherever they are.
Okay, next.
Oh.
Rusty don't really.
Oh, my word. Oh, I was so sad, dude. I was so. Oh, yeah.
Adrian laughed like a hyena.
That was so mean.
Love you, Adrian.
Talk like the Terminator step.
Yeah, you're right. We're just
We're on.
We're just roasting each other.
And then other stuff. Logan,
I guess if we're considering.
That's why I was having, because Adrian,
all-
last time, I'm like having to hold it up here because it was a fall. Oh my God.